a very common one, the old classic created by Emil Kuh was every day in every way I'm getting better and better. And that's a very generalization for health, for happiness, everything. But it's really just a statement of what you intend to be true or what you want. Just you verbalizing your hope or your dream. And it doesn't have to be, it could be your hope or your dream of something you want to happen, or it could be the hope of your hope or dream of how you want to feel or who you want to be as a person. And you literally just state that as fact and state it every time the thought pops into your head. That's how Muhammad Ali, using a slightly different affirmation, I am the greatest, he became the greatest. And that's, many people have used, many motivational speakers have used that example because it's true.
Yeah, because it does seem a lot of sports people use the power of the mind, don't they? But, I mean, did they do that knowing there was this kind of connection that we know now? Or do you reckon they just did it intuitively and it worked?
I think a bit of both. I think a lot of them do it intuitively. A lot of them do it because their coach tells them to do it. And I know that from fact because I used to be an athletics coach.
Right.
I was a coach and a team manager of one of the largest club in the UK. And I asked my athletes that I was coaching to do visualization exercises. And so many top athletes do it intuitively. Many do it because they've been educated by their coach. And what happens, some have read books on it. But the evidence now is very compelling. I mean, 10 years ago, there wasn't anywhere near as much evidence for the enhancing your athletics performance with visualization. So people just did it because coaches had recognised and athletes had recognised that when you keep visualising yourself performing at the highest level, then it does somehow affect your performance and you do actually get better. Whereas now the evidence in neuroscience shows why it happens, and it happens because the brain, when you're imagining yourself, say, running the perfect race, the brain thinks you really are running a perfect race, and the brain begins to grow like a muscle in the areas connected to the individual leg muscles that you're imagining moving, and that sends a signal to the individual muscles, so the individual muscles begin to grow. So we understand how it works now, but athletes mostly did it intuitively or because their coach had educated them in it, several years ago.
Yeah, because I used to play drums. I still got my drums. I don't play them as much anymore. But I used to have go really intense on it for about 1 or 2 days, do nothing for about a month, go back in there, and the thing I struggled to play, I could instantly play it, no problem.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. And it's funny that because you try to do it a wee bit, but even just dreaming about it and thinking about it in the in-between time does wire the brain such that when you go back, you're an expert, not quite an expert, but you're far better at it than you were before.
But my drum tutor at the time, he said that he used to sit there on the sofa pretending to play the drums.
Yeah.
And, he wasn't a spiritual person, but he was just saying that's what he did.
Intuitively.
Intuitively, yeah.
That's the intuitive bit, yeah. Yeah, and it really, really makes a difference because whatever you're imagining, you're pretending to do is actually wiring your brain, and that's sending a signal to the actual muscles that you're imagining using. So if you're imagining playing the drums, then your brain is sending a signal to the muscles, and your muscles are actually twitching in such a way, at a submicroscopic level, but in such a way that the muscles actually get used to moving in a certain way, and the brain gets used to processing things in a certain way, so that when you actually come to do the drums, it's far, far easier. I mean, scientists have actually studied this for guitar playing, novice guitar players, to imagine playing songs and playing chords, and when they actually come to play the guitar, they're much better than people who have not done the visualization.
Fantastic. So I know that you've got the Mind Body Spirit coming up. Have you got anything else coming up this year?